So anyone can blog, right? It's simple, easy, but it hasn't always been. When blogging first started, it was, it was just an uninspired wall of text about some antisocial's cat. And the only good websites out there were professionally made, and they cost thousands of dollars. But now you can make a blog with just a few clicks and for free too. Now, blogs really started out as a way to just organize ideas, but they soon moved to this sort of journal, this autobiographical journal about people's lives. It also was this stage was the first time that communities began to be built around blogging, as especially journalists started to put out their opinions on developing news. Next came the specialized blog, which we're more familiar with today. This was when communities first became big, because not only could you find a blog about anything now, you could find a blogging community about anything: cats, dogs, art, food, other interesting topics. But this really, the next big step really was into social media, because now you got into monetization of blogs, which they're free, but they have ads now. This leads to things like Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, WordPress, Blogger, and all of the things in between. This is the first big step towards what we know today as blogging. And one of the big parts of blogging now is sharing and commenting. Sharing and commenting really brings people into the blogging. It's not just something where you sit back and you read posts about people's lives, about news stories. Instead, you get to comment on these things. And because of this development, there's many stereotypes involving blogs saying, oh, the only comments are trolling comments, or unintelligent, rude. But really, this has become a way to change. There's been a big change, because there are just as many blogs, if not more, where there are meaningful conversations going on. Meaningful conversations about the news, about other current events, about how politics is working. And a good example of this is Hyperbole and a Half, which is it's a blog is an autobiographical blog that was started out more as a comedy blog than anything else. But recently has been getting a lot of news and starting a lot of interesting talks because of the writers putting out a blog post about her fight with depression. And this has started many different conversations, everything from just helpful comments. People weren't trolling her, telling her, oh, this is terrible. She felt comfortable enough with the new way blogging worked to tell people about this very personal part of her life, and it was responded to with these sort of helpful comments. It also started in the news. In news, people started talking about it. Things like NPR, CNN started talking about how this has really changed the way that people look at depression, because depression used to be a very closed-off thing that people didn't talk about, and this was the first time somebody really talked about it. And this is really because of how blogging works now, because people can put this out and everyone in the world can read it, and it's free. Anyone can do this. So, not only was blogging the reason for this, this also changed blogging, because now people are more comfortable with the fact that you can tell strangers your life and they will talk about it intelligently and not just with rude comments or to try to get a rise out of you. Now, no matter what adults say, this is going to happen. No matter how many adults yell, oh, this is the breakdown of communication and everything's going terribly, nobody knows how to talk to each other anymore. This is progress. This is how the world is going, because blogs are not only about telling people your lives and telling all the little bits of everything. This isn't just Twitter where you tell everyone everything. There's meaningful blogs about medical things, about current events. All of these are ways that blogging has changed towards a way to change the world, not just to tell the world who you are. It's a way to create conversation about the world as a whole. Blogging is really changing. It's changing quite a bit not only in the past few decades, but also in the past few years. It is changing towards a way for the world to change. It's changing quickly. Are you going to join in or stay back?